Hello everyone. Today we are going to start your chapter 4, Dear Emma. Now conversation given in your chapter starts, Wow Sammy, where did you get your new watch? I won it in an essay writing contest. But there was no essay writing contest in our school. My dad came across the contest on the website and told me about it. I submitted essay online. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know that there was such contest online. I thought that internet was only used to search the information or talk to the people. There are so many verified websites where we can learn something new. Let me tell you about Martha, who recognized her talent because of the contest she read about on one such website. This is the conversation. Now we are going to start your new chapter, chapter 4, Dear Emma. Now here Martha, along with her 3 months old daughter Emma, was visiting her best friend Hilary. She's absolutely gorgeous, Martha, Hilary said. Hilary admired the beauty of Emma. Looking at Emma's round pink face, you forget just how small babies are at 3 months. Like Hilary, she forgot how 3 months babies look like. Peter looks like a giant in comparison with her. Peter, her Hilary's 4 years old son. We have just done his room up. Hilary wanted to show Martha Peter's renewed room. Martha followed her into the spacious bedroom. We have bought a new crib. Crib is a small cradle or a bed used for child. For him just yesterday. I didn't like the design of the first one we bought. Hilary was telling Martha that a crib they bought before was not actually liked by Hilary. And this is his bathroom, Hilary said, opening another door into the ensuite bathroom with an sunken bathtub and gleaming porcelain tiles. That means a bathroom was attached to the bedroom of Peter. Martha followed Hilary as she continued the tour of the house, soothing Emma every now and again. And this is the play area. She was showing house. Hilary was showing her own house to Martha. And this is the play area, Hilary said. God, Peter has so many toys. Just as well, because he seems to break something every day, she said, picking a racing car with its door hanging off from the floor. Martha looked with glazed eyes at the colorful shiny toys, but she was lost in her own thoughts. Martha was looking here and there to the toys. So many toys were kept on the floor, but she was lost in her own thoughts. She was worried about the John's job. There was a danger of him being made redundant as they had to do something cost-cutting. She had only bought a rattle and a small teddy bear for Emma. They couldn't afford fancy toys. Martha was not that rich. Martha was not that financially sound so that John and Martha could buy some more extra toys for Emma. She only had a rattle and a small teddy bear for Emma. Auntie Martha, does Emma have an aeroplane like me? Peter now asked Martha that whether Emma has an aeroplane like him or not? Peter asked innocently. Martha thought of a moment and then replied, No, Peter, Emma's too small yet to play with an aeroplane. So, we haven't bought her too many toys. She looked at Emma, smiled, and kissed her forehead. On her way back, all she could think of was Peter's room, his toys, his fancy bathroom, and a new crib. She held Emma close to her, looking at her apologetically. She felt guilty. While looking at Emma, Martha felt guilty that she could not provide her all these things whatever Peter was having. She knew that on John's salary, they would not be able to provide Emma with all the luxuries they would have liked. That night, Martha shared her worries with John. Isn't there anything we can do to improve our situation? Martha asked John that whether we can do anything else to improve our financial condition. I don't know, Martha, but my boss says company is having a financial crisis and that it's very likely now that some of us will be made redundant. John said in a grave tone. Now John was slightly depressed that his boss company was having financial crisis and he may be out of the company anytime. Martha's heart sank. She was also depressed after hearing this word. She looked at Emma. The little baby girl was curled up in her cot, blissfully unaware of Martha's worries. Emma don't know anything about the financial condition of her parents. That night, Martha couldn't sleep at all. When John said these words that he may be fired any time from his job, then Martha was slightly depressed with these words and she could not sleep that night. After hours of tossing and turning, she finally got up and took out John's laptop. She took out John's laptop. This was her normal routine. She often used John's laptop. Every night she would surf the internet for hours, reading various articles or updating her diary. Writing her feelings made her feel better. She often wrote everything she has done in the during the day actually. Just as she was about to shut down the laptop, something caught her eyes. When she was closing the laptop, she saw an article. She had been reading an article on the website for parents. She saw an article on the website. Just underneath the article were the words Contest for Moms. The article was about the contest for moms with the link to another page. A link was also given there. Martha clicked on the link and quickly read the first few lines, calling all the moms. Would you like to win $500? Share your experience of motherhood by writing a letter to your child. This was the eye-catching article given in the website for just moms like Martha. She wanted to give her child a life full of luxuries as well as love. Wow, thought Martha. $500 would mean so much to me. I would buy a crib for Emma, a musical toy, and so much more. She made up her mind she was going to enter the competition. Full of excitement, she opened a folder in which she had written a blog detailing her everyday experience of being a mother. She spent the entire night selecting the best pieces. She was busy writing when Emma woke up and started to cry for milk. Martha left the laptop and went to feed Emma. The next day was just an ordinary day. Martha finished all her work and at night started writing again. Now she started writing an article for this. Actually, she was writing a letter to her own child. This was addressed to Emma. Dear Emma, when you were playing inside Mama's tummy, Mama had planned hundreds of things for you. I was so happy that I kept talking to you all the time. When she was pregnant, she was talking to her own child in her womb. I sang songs to you, and you know who you responded to by kicking. Every time you kicked inside my tummy, I smiled. I cannot even express how happy I was to see you for the first time. When she was born and Martha was holding Emma for the first time, she was very happy to see her. You were so tiny, so delicate, and so adorable. I have never seen anything so pure and beautiful. But you are one naughty angel. Whenever I wear a new dress, you always spits up a little milk on it. To be honest, I like my dress like that. A little stain here and a little stain there makes me smell just like you, and that's my favorite perfume. You sleep peacefully when I work, and as soon as I decide to make a nap myself, you wake up and ready to action and fun. Though I am tired, all my weariness fades as soon as I see the way you smile at me and the way you giggle when I make funny faces. These all things Martha is explaining about Emma. Yesterday, when we were in Hillary's house, I saw all of the Peter's toy. I have to say that I have never felt worse. I would love to be able to provide you with everything possible, and we are sorry that we can't. Papa's job is not secure, so we can't spend too much money on toys for you. But we do everything we can keep you entertained. We make sure that there is a smile on your face all the time. We might not be able to buy fancy toys and dresses for you, but we give you all our love and time. Now she is regretting also that she cannot provide her all those luxuries, whatever she deserves, but still she can fulfill all her time and day with love and affection. When you grow up, you will realize that this is the best time and the most important thing a child needs. You have brought immense happiness into our lives. You are the reason for our happiness, and we promise to always make you smile. Love, Mama. Martha wrote this letter. Martha did some final endings and posted the letter on the website. She had absolutely forgotten about the competition until one day, a week later, she received an email from the website. She would feel her heart thumping as she clicked open the email. She scanned the words several times before she could actually believe that she had read. She had won the contest. Actually, she was the winner. She gave a loud whoop of delight. Picking Emma up, she hugged her and danced around the room. Emma giggled and waved her hands in the air. She was also happy to see her mother happy. Now I'll be able to buy you a new bathtub and new toys, she told an uncomprehending Emma. Actually, this uncomprehending means she was not able to understand her mother, whatever she was saying, but still she was happy to see her mother happy. It was at that moment that Martha realized that she could support her family using her writing skills. She started a blog called Mom's Diary. Every day she posted a page from her diary. Soon her followers grew and a publication house recognized her talent. They bought the copyright to her diary and her first book was published. Martha had become an author. Soon she was earning enough to comfortably afford everything Emma needed. Still, she never forgot her promise. No matter how much work she had, Emma always came first. They played together, went to the park, read books, Together, Emma was Martha's inspiration. She kept her grounded and made sure that her tips for her parents were based on true and practical experiences. This is all your chapter. Question answers will be given to you in the uh, next video or in the form of PDF afterwards. Thank you.